You want me to be blunt with you?
Yeah.
Your wife was decapitated.
The head. A woman's head.
I'm sure it's Halloween.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding.
They found a dead person who has been dead for so long that their skull has been eaten.
You don't think he killed her, do you?
On October 29th, 2020, detectives uncovered a discovery more horrifying than their darkest nightmares. What first appeared to be a light-hearted Halloween prank quickly turned into a real nightmare for those who stumbled upon it. A human head concealed inside a black trash bag in the back of a pickup truck.
They don't know where this come from? Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
Tell them to come on.
Not a Halloween party?
I don't think so.
No, I wasn't sure. I was like,
She got a black eye and everything. And it smells like real blood.
Just 6 hours earlier, on October 28, 2020, the decapitated body of 63-year-old Connie J. Goodwin was found in her home. But this wouldn't be the only body they would uncover.
and they found a dead person who has been dead for so long that their skull has been eaten.
When detectives finally identified the killer, the revelation shook them to their core.
Is this your truck? That's my truck. How long ago did you pull up here? I don't know. Within an hour. I just got a little bit of groceries. They're in the back seat. Okay. I came out, I saw that bag in the back. I thought it was just somebody putting trash in my truck, which has happened before. Yeah. So I opened that outside bag. Thank you for something. And I saw there was another bag inside of it with what looked like some clothes and some blood on it. And so that's when I walked away and called 911.
Adam Webb, the truck's driver, naturally had a lot to answer for. With the decapitated head found in his vehicle, he quickly became a suspect, and detectives swiftly brought him in for questioning.
Trying to just piece together what's going on. I do not believe that you have any part in this. You're not under arrest. You're free to get up and leave anytime you want to. Okay, I want you to understand that. We just want you to help us so that we can try to piece together what happened.
Okay.
So where all have you been today?
Today,
yes, sir.
Just to Walmart.
Okay, so you left from your house and went to Walmart, and then tell me what happened when you got to Walmart.
I got there around noon or so, had a short grocery list, just a couple of things, milk, flour, eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Wife's doing some baking. Came back out to the truck. I noticed something in the back and looked a little weird, so opened it up. I saw what looked like blood, and I backed away and called 911.
Okay. You didn't see what was in the bag?
No.
Okay.
Well, I saw there was another bag, and it looked like there was some red liquid all over it and maybe some socks or something.
Okay.
And that was all I saw.
Detectives were confident in Adam's innocence, reasoning that a guilty person wouldn't likely call 911 themselves or answer every question with such credible detail.
Have you noticed anything unusual last night and heard any noises, anybody strange in the neighborhood, vehicles, anything like that?
No. I have seen a guy walking down the street, older gentleman with a backpack a couple of times, and I don't know where he's going to, but
okay.
I see him walking up and down Malvern, and then I walk down our street, so I don't know if he just walks everywhere or what, but I don't know him.
Would there be anywhere on your street that maybe somebody has a homeless camp? Like, is there any woods or anything right around your house or anything like that?
Not that I can think of.
With leads drying up, detectives turned to Johnny A. Goodwin, Connie's husband of nearly 45 years, as the next possible suspect. Overwhelmed with grief over his wife's tragic and mysterious death, Johnny grew even more alarmed upon discovering that Aaron's hiking gear was missing from his room. Fearing the worst and with no sign of his son, he quickly filed a missing person report, desperate to uncover what had happened to Aaron, who had vanished without a trace on the same day as his mother's death.
Come on in and have a seat anywhere.
Okay.
And I'll be right back. And I appreciate you coming in.
That's fine. Mom? Yeah. Hi. Hey, I can't talk right now. I'm at the police station. Because Aaron went missing, and I turned him in as a missing person. And they came to the motel and just got me here about 20 minutes ago. So I'm sitting in here waiting for him to come and talk to me, I guess.
When did that happen?
Last night he went missing and never came back this morning.
Having been the closest to Connie, Johnny became the focal point for detectives, who asserted their authority to extract every detail he knew. The severity of the crime left no room for leaving any stone unturned.
Mr. Goodwin, this is Detective Hunter Scott. I'm Detective Sergeant Freeman.
How are you?
I'm all right. There is my credentials if you'd like to see it.
Okay.
All right, so, like I said, we're here to ask you about this report, do some follow-up with you about this report you made this morning about your son. Now, your son is Aaron Enoch Goodwin, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and you're John Goodwin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Just so I know, the officers do the best they can as making reports with all the complete details, but let me just let you just act like you're starting from the very beginning with me and tell me what's going on with your son and all of that.
Are you guys believers? Can I ask you that? Are you Christians?
Yes, sir.
You're
Yes,
believers?
yes.
Okay. Now I help.
Okay.
I think, I'm not sure. He's not been right. And he thinks God wanted him to go on a walkabout. And I'm trying to help him. And I brought him down here and rented that place for 3 days. He was going to go on his walkabout. So I went in and rented it. Came back out, he's going through his gear. And I'm just standing there talking to him. And he goes, well, yeah, I'll be up in a minute. Okay. I him hauled around a little bit, talking with him. I said, well, I can see you want me to leave. I don't know. So you can do whatever you're going to do. Went up to the room, probably a span of an hour or so, and I go, something's not right. You know, he's been up here by now. And when I'm down, he's gone. His gear's gone.
Then, just when the investigation seemed to be heading in one direction, an unexpected piece of information emerged from Johnny's explanations. Despite being an adult, Aaron still lived with his parents and had yet to fully embrace adulthood, often getting derailed from his goals and ambitions. As Johnny put it, he was not thinking right. However, the detective would soon uncover something far more alarming than this.
Refer back to this. Does he work anywhere?
He was working at the Eagles Club in Nevada, Missouri, but he just dropped out. A month ago, maybe?
How long has he lived in this trailer next to you?
Oh, too long.
Okay. How old is he?
What I mean is, he's dropped out. You know what I'm saying?
Dropped out.
Of life. He's not
Okay.
taking care of stuff.
Okay. Does he have any mental diagnoses?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Not really, but I mean, you can tell when someone's not thinking right, saying off the wall stuff, like about God and stuff even, you know, it's like.
Johnny's son, Aaron, exhibited troubling behavioral changes that Johnny attributed to the traumatic brain injuries Aaron had sustained in the past. These injuries, he suggested, might have contributed to Aaron's increasingly erratic and disturbing behavior. Meanwhile, detectives were still piecing together the chain of events that led to the grim discovery they'd made.
Mom.
I found out she's dead this morning.
Do you find out
They
that
found her dead this morning.
who did?
A co-worker. She didn't come into work, and they found her dead in the tub.
And that's your wife?
My wife.
Are y'all still married?
Oh, yeah.
What's her name?
Her name was Connie. So, I've been trying to piece this day together, obviously. I don't know. I'm waiting. I was so messed up. I called my brother to come and drive me home. My brother and sister-in-law, and they're on their way. I didn't think I could drive when I found out. I couldn't have. I did okay now.
Okay, so you're saying that someone found your wife's coworker found her?
That's correct.
Dead in the tub?
Yeah, she did. She didn't clock in, and they got worried.
And when did you receive this information?
This morning, after I'd called here a little while, maybe hour or so later.
So after you reported your son missing, you found out that your wife was deceased?
This was the first time Johnny spoke about his deceased wife and how he had received the news of her death. Detectives couldn't shake the feeling that something was off about him. There was a notable absence of emotion in his voice when discussing the woman he'd been married to for 45 years. Still, they chose to give him the benefit of the doubt.
So I went straight to the hotel, checked in somewhere around 8 o'clock last night.
I'd say so, yeah.
So when y'all checked in, who checked in? You or?
I did.
Okay.
And then when I came out to give him his key card, that's the story I told you. He was milling around in his gear and getting stuff ready. And he didn't act like he wanted to be there. And I could tell that. I could take a hint, I guess. I said, well, I'll go settle in. And like I said, after an hour, my buddy said, something is not right. He should have been up here. He didn't have that much gear. Backpack. I don't know what else. I didn't look.
So after about an hour, being in the room for about an hour, you said something's not right because he hadn't come up to the room, so you went out to check on him?
Yeah, I got that funny feeling, you know how you do? Like he should be here.
Right.
But surely by now.
Okay.
Yeah, then gone.
And so when you went down to check, he wasn't there?
He wasn't there.
Okay.
And so I walked around, but there's not many places to walk to.
Right.
The lake right there, you know. And I didn't walk around that far because I didn't know where to go, of course. But it's just weird.
Okay. How long were y'all planning on being down here?
3 days. Well, I was going to try to talk him into going home, and I was missing work because of weather. And I thought, maybe we could just turn around and go back home. But he planned on 3 days, but I wasn't going to stay until he came up missing. Then I heard about my wife this morning. And I couldn't drive this morning after that. I couldn't focus for a minute. I knew where I was, but it's like, what the hell is going on here?
Now, Connie is Aaron's biological mother, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And
I know it's crazy, isn't it? That's what I've been dealing with.
Yeah.
I've been trying to piece it all together.
Johnny presented a deeply unsettling demeanor. He was calm and composed, appearing highly organized, calculated, and articulate. Yet at this point in the interrogation, these very traits could turn against him.
you've tried calling him, right?
Yeah.
And is it going straight to his voicemail, or is it ringing a few times before it goes to a voicemail, or?
It rang a few times. Then I text.
All right.
Do you know what kind of phone he has?
Matter of fact, I didn't tell you that. I have his phone because somebody brought it to the desk this morning. I got this text. I don't have it on me, but I got this text from him this morning, or from his phone. This said, found this phone in the bed of my truck in Hot Springs. Not sure why it's in the bed of my truck, but I'm leaving it at the front desk of the Doubletree Inn in Hot Springs. I said, okay, thanks.
And that was today?
Yes, this morning. I didn't think to grab that thing. I should have did that. So I was wondering about him. So whoever it was returned his phone.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be on their surveillance?
Maybe.
What if it was him?
Maybe.
Why would he be there at that time in the morning? See, after I didn't see him.
Johnny admitted that he had briefly checked his son's phone, hoping to find clues about his whereabouts. As he recounted what he discovered, detectives realized that this information could completely alter the course of the investigation.
And you said there were messages about condolences
from his friend, one of his friends,
about,
just the one, about his mom. That came later in the day. He probably saw it on Facebook or something,
okay.
My assumption.
Was that posted on Facebook?
I don't know. Or somebody may have told him.
Do you know what happened?
No, I haven't found out
yet. Did they tell you anything about it?
Last I knew, right before you guys came, they took her to the funeral home, and then they were going to take her for an autopsy. Is that the way they do it normally?
Depends. They didn't tell you anything about,
Nobody. Yeah, I was talking. That's what Keela, I think she was trying to tell me when she called. She said, I got to talk to you when you're done. So I assume, I was just talking to her about that she might have some news on that. But.
Okay.
So, I wrote this down.
I know.
My memory is terrible.
This is a weird
so please
story.
Forgive me.
I know.
So who?
I guess you guys see a lot.
So you said Connie's co-worker found her.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. And then your son-in-law is the one that called you.
Yeah, see, he's off on military business in Indiana or somewhere. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember. But they got a hold of him and he got a hold of me because her co-worker is also his niece.
Okay. The one that found her is...
That's correct.
Is Terry's
niece.
It's Terry's niece.
Okay.
They got in by the law. The law got them in because the door was locked. And because I called her, no answer. What the heck? Well, she has, I call them seizures. They don't diagnose her as that. They call them, the doctors actually call them spells because they can't figure out what's wrong with her.
Johnny soon mentioned a few of Aaron's belongings that were unusual for anyone. The details left the detectives stunned to their core.
Intending on staying here for 3 days?
No, I was going to just go back to work.
Okay.
This morning.
But was Aaron planning on staying here for 3 days? Because the reservation was for 3 days, right?
That was his plan.
Okay.
Because I said, if we're going to do this, you got to have a plan. I'm not just chasing my tail now. And that was his plan. He told me.
Okay. Do you know what all he had in his backpack?
I have no idea.
Change of clothes, food?
Sure he had clothes.
Okay.
It wasn't a real big backpack. He did have a black plastic bag too, though. Come to think of it. Like a trash bag.
Okay.
It's not in the truck or anything. So that's gone. So he might have had stuff in there. Well, I'm sure he did. He threw it in the back when we left. It was raining. I just assumed he's keeping it dry. So that's true. He could have that black backpack was black, and then a black trash can. He could have dumped it.
By the time of this interview, every officer was aware of the black trash bag Johnny mentioned and the grim discovery it held.
So everyone left, and I was leaving. Here's where it gets weird. As I was leaving, I said, "Are you ready?" I said goodbye to Connie, kiss, and all that. I locked the door behind me. He said, "I need you to go to Walmart, which is in Fort Scott. Here's Fort Scott. Here's my house." I said, I need you to get a pair of black gloves, dress gloves, leather if you can. Well, I don't know such thing.
Black dress leather gloves?
Yeah. Okay, so I said, why don't we get them on the way? Why backtrack? He said, would you do it for me? He said, I got to have prayer. I need a little time. Okay. I went there. That was about maybe 15-minute drive.
He didn't go with you?
No, he stayed there.
Okay.
He stayed there. That was the whole deal. He said he wanted to have prayer for a while. Would I go get these gloves? I said, well, just wait. No, I really need you to do this. So I went to look for them. I didn't find any, but I did buy a couple items from Walmart. And I noticed on my receipt I checked out at 12, I think it was 12:32, because I was trying to put all these times together.
Okay.
I was, today, when I finally got myself together, I got to thinking about this is weird. Okay? So I come home, and here's my driveway, here's the road, and there he is at the end of the driveway. Well, I thought it was weird. I stopped, he threw the plastic bag in there. He already had his backpack in there, I think, and hopped in. And I said, all right, said bye to Mom. I guess I'm ready. I just wanted to get down here before dark because I can't see very well, driving in the dark and the rain together. And I didn't know if it was raining or not. That's it. Then we left.
Did you tell him that you couldn't find the gloves, or?
Right. I said we'd have to go to JCPenney's or something like that. That's what the lady at the store suggested. Because I said, is there a men's clothing store around? Said, no, no fortune.
Didn't say what he wanted black dress leather gloves for?
He'd been just all black lately. Black clothes, for the most part. No, he didn't say why. I wondered that too. So what do you got? I don't know what you're doing.
And he's at his trailer when he asked you to do this?
Okay, here's the trailer sets here, my driveway's here. He was right just at the end of the driveway. I just drove, and the road is here, so I just stopped. I found that strange. But not really, I guess, because he was wanting to get going,
Right.
Johnny was now revealing details that quickly captured the detective's attention. Details that could help untangle the complexities of the case.
But when he asked you to go get the gloves, where was he at?
He was right here. Here's my door. Here's his trailer. He was right about here because the truck was pulled in here.
Okay.
And I'm ready to go.
Right.
Because it's going to get dark, I said, okay, whatever. It's just going to take more time. So I noticed, I was wondering what time we actually left. So if I clocked out there, on my receipt, I bought some heat, something else, I don't know, a couple items. It was 12:32. So if it took me 15 minutes to get home, see, it's nearly 1 time we left, 1:45 or something.
Okay.
It's about a 12-15 minute drive to that store from my house.
Okay.
The route I took.
Okay.
And I didn't go back in the house because I knew she was working anyway, and we'd already said goodbye. She thought I was gone. She didn't know about this little deal, about running around chasing my tail.
Okay. So when you said goodbye to Connie, she thought you were
gone.
Yeah, and then afterwards you say Aaron
wanted me to go do this errand. Well, he said he had a prayer. He said, I gotta have prayer before we go.
Okay.
One final time. So that'll give me time. I'm not understanding that, but you don't think he killed her, do you?
Mr. Goodwin, I have no idea.
That's what after I got to thinking, oh my God. I don't either. But that's why I did a kind of went back in my mind as best I could and looked at texts and phone calls and those receipts to try to put a time on it.
What's your feeling?
I think he might. I think he might have.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I'm leaving nothing out. If I think of something, I will. I don't know. It's just been acting so crazy. I don't want to believe that.
For the first time, Johnny began to openly entertain the possibility that his son may have been involved in Connie's death. At this stage in the investigation, two scenarios emerged. Either Aaron killed his mother, or Johnny was attempting to shift the blame onto his son.
It's all the times I'm thinking about what happened, who was there, who wasn't. I don't know that he went back in there. Why would he send me on a wild goose chase? I'm gonna have to plug this in if we're gonna.
Okay.
If it's gonna work, I got it. I can go get a cord out of the truck, or I can plug it in the truck. Or,
Okay.
but I don't have a wall port. Do you? For LG Android.
I can see if we can find
You
one.
may have a charger here. Though.
I'll see if I can find one, and I'll check with
Do we wait here?
Yes, sir. If you would, I'll be
You
right.
want to take this?
No, just hang tight.
The officers left the room to review hotel footage and verify Johnny's timeline. However, when they returned, things didn't look promising for him.
Those doors. I can never tell if they're going to close softer.
Johnny, we watched some video footage from out at the DoubleTree. Okay, and it's not really. And I'll just be frank with you, it's not jiving with what you're saying. The chain of events was that happened the last night and early this morning.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you again. If there's something that you're holding back that you're not wanting to tell us, we need you to tell us. Okay?
Okay.
I'm not accusing you of anything.
Right.
I'm trying to find out what happened with Aaron, where Aaron is. Okay? But like I said, the video that we watched from out at the DoubleTree is showing us something that contradict what you told us in here just a little bit ago.
Okay.
Okay? So think back, if you would.
Sure.
And tell us again what happened.
We pulled in there. I went in and registered. I started to go upstairs. And I didn't know how to work the elevator with the key. And then I remembered I didn't give him his key.
Okay.
So I came back out, gave him his key, like I said, everything else. He was going through gear. I stood there and talked a minute. And like I said, he kind of hinted around that he'd be up later.
Okay.
So I went on up, I settled in, was there a while, hour or so. And when I came back down, he was gone. That's what I remember.
Watch as the detectives intensify the interrogation, suspecting that Johnny might either be the perpetrator or is trying to protect the person who is.
Where was Aaron at? I need you to describe for me, as the best that you can, where was Aaron at, what was he doing the last time you saw him?
He was at the bed of the truck, going through that bag.
Going through what bag?
I think that plastic bag.
Okay. He was going through it?
Seemed to me like he was looking for things, going through it.
Okay.
I just thought he was rearranging gear.
Okay. And so he's still rearranging gear in the bag
When I went on up.
when you walked off and went up to the room.
That's correct. He went in and went to the bathroom at one point. He went in and went to the bathroom.
When was this during the...
I think I stayed out there when he went in the bathroom and came back out.
Okay.
I believe I did.
Okay. So back up. You pull into the parking lot at DoubleTree.
Mm-hmm.
Go from there.
I went right inside.
You went inside.
Yes.
Okay. And registered, checked in.
Mm-hmm. Went to the bathroom. Went to the elevator, but I didn't go up. Because I realized I didn't give him a key.
Okay.
Went back out that door I think we came out of.
The side,
Mm-hmm.
okay, not the main one, but that one little single door.
I believe it was, yeah. I believe I went out that way.
Okay.
That was it.
And you go back out the truck, and Johnny is, or excuse me,
That's
Aaron is at the truck.
Yeah, when I brought him his key card.
Okay.
Yeah. Then he went into the bathroom. I think maybe I stayed out there. Yeah. Then he came back out and started going through stuff.
How long would you say you were outside?
10 minutes maybe. Talking to him, 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. And he was just going through a bag.
Milling around, yeah.
What was he doing in this bag?
I don't know.
You didn't see him. But you were out there for 10 to 15 minutes.
Probably.
And you didn't see anything that he was doing.
No, I was standing there talking to him.
Johnny's contradictory statements in light of the CCTV footage raised serious concerns, leading the detectives to question whether his explanations were merely a charade of innocence. To clarify the situation, they decided to review the footage once more, and what they discovered was completely unexpected.
When he asked you to go to Walmart, he said that he needed to do some praying.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
He's told you about his praying and speaking with the Lord and that in the past. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so what didn't jive? What I told?
Just some of the stuff, the timeline and the order of some of the events.
Okay.
Just because
so we're just trying to.
I know I missed when he went into the bathroom. I did. I thought about it, but I didn't tell you. So when
the video that
I want this thing. I want to resolve.
Absolutely,
Right.
and so do we.
That's what I'm after here.
Right.
This is just step one. I got to go talk to Vernon County. I'm sure.
Yes.
They're needing to see me.
We're gonna have to. Kind of piece together all of that. So what we were able to do so far is do, what we were able to talk about. Mm-hmm. But we were just trying to make sure our I's are dotted, T's are crossed.
And what I said was, surely he didn't kill his mom when I was gone.
Why do you say that?
Because of the time.
Okay.
Because of all the time. That's why I started putting all that time together.
Okay. Do you think that he could have done that?
I don't think he could have, but I don't know.
Okay,
I say that because when I was gone, he would have been the only one there. I don't know, but I don't know why she died. You understand?
Sure.
I got to know that first.
At 7:43 p.m., Johnny's truck is captured on camera pulling into the hotel parking lot. He checks in at the lobby and heads to the elevators, just as he described. The only significant discrepancy is that he's seen entering and exiting the building more times than he mentioned, particularly using the elevator. However, the detectives felt compelled to check the CCTV footage outside the hotel as well, where they captured something very disturbing that finally answered many of the lingering questions in the case. This footage comes from the parking lot, showing Aaron walking away from Johnny's truck with a black trash bag in his hand, the same bag believed to contain his mother's head. He appears lost and aimless, wandering for a while before eventually returning to place the bag in the back of a nearby truck belonging to Adam Webb, an innocent bystander caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. After that, Aaron disappears off camera, walking into the darkness.
All right. Some of my other co-workers have been in contact with Vernon County, Missouri, and I don't know how else to say this other than just come out right out and say it. They are investigating Connie's death as a homicide investigation. They haven't given us a whole lot of details, but with being told that, and also that it is believed that Aaron may have had something to do with it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So if there's anything else that you know, you need to tell us.
That's it.
In any conversation down here with that information, knowing that, any conversation on your way down here
There was a note.
There was a note.
Forgot about that. It's in my cup holder. It said something like, I thought I was doing God's will.
In this note,
That's all it said.
and you found that when?
This morning. Yeah, but I stuck it in my cup holder.
Where was it when you found it?
It was on my console, top of my console.
Okay. And it says.
And it was on top of the room key, and I just stuck it in my cup holder. But then I got to thinking about that.
And it said what again?
I believed I was doing God's will, but I didn't know what that meant, so it didn't make sense to me.
That's the whole content of the note?
That's it.
Aaron was undoubtedly peculiar. There was no doubt that he was not in a right state of mind. A few days before his mother's death, he left a troubling voicemail for his father that vividly reflected his distorted psyche.
You guys have got to get out of there. Do not be home on Halloween. I'm serious. John, you got to renounce Emmanuel as the Savior. Go back to Jesus. I'm not shitting you. The Aryans are coming.
Every time we leave, we get more information, so... Again, some of my coworkers have been contacting Vernon County. We've got a search warrant for your truck, a search warrant for your hotel room. We have the trash bag that was in your truck that you said Aaron was doing something with last time you saw him. And there is evidence in that bag that relates to the death of your wife.
There's more, ain't there?
I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this.
Okay.
I guess the easiest way for let me walk you through my day. I guess let's do that. Let's do it that way. I'm going to be a little graphic with you, just so I make sure that you understand exactly what's happening here. Okay. So we get a call today at the local Walmart here in town. Okay. That a gentleman has called 911, and he has told the operator that there is a black trash bag in his truck, in the bell of his truck. He's never seen it before.
No matter how steady and strong detectives are trained to be, explaining such tragedies to the family members of victims is always difficult. What the detectives were about to reveal to Johnny would change his life forever.
And whenever he opened this truck, there was blood inside the bag that had come out.
There was blood in the bag?
Yes, sir.
Lots of blood? I mean, from what? I mean...
Also...
I'd like to know that.
Yeah.
There is...
How bad was she?
There is...
How bad was she?
There is a body part
Oh, God, man.
in this bag.
What was it, her?
And it, by all intents and purposes, it does appear that it is your wife. So I think you now maybe can understand a little bit why we're treating this the way that we are, and why we're trying to get as much information from you as we possibly can.
How come you think it's her? Tell me, just tell me.
You want me to be blunt with you?
Yeah.
Your wife was decapitated.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding. Nobody told me. They knew, didn't they? I mean, my family knew.
I don't know what
we don't know
they
if
have
they
been
knew.
told.
If law enforcement went out with them, they probably didn't let them see her.
echo in there, I heard.
Usually, if law enforcement goes out with
Maybe not.
someone, they aren't going to let her in.
Oh, God.
Investigators come to realize that Johnny is not involved in his wife's death or his son's disappearance. Tragically, his life is unraveled in just 24 hours through no fault of his own. Aaron was nowhere to be found after the tragedy until 5 months later, when officers on the outskirts of Hot Springs, Arkansas, received a call from a local family.
Okay.
Yeah, this is thick. We're taking you easy.
So how did you guys find this? I mean, I know you were looking about timber, but I mean, how did y'all end up in here?
I wanted to cruise the other side to see if I could find a homeless encampment.
Ah, so you saw this like a little bit of clear cut, and so you started hiking. I got you.
Okay. Yeah, really, I don't know that this is your way, but okay. You want to explore?
All right. That's gonna be. Yeah. I guarantee you. Let me see your gloves. The rest of the body's there.
Yeah, see how it's sticking out on that
Feet. Oh. It's the jacket. Oh yeah, yeah. You see the insect activity?
Oh, yeah. In the area of 833 Central.
Watch out! What?
Right
here.
Male, hat, jeans, a jean jacket. Appears to be extremely intoxicated.
All right.
Walking back and forth in the crosswalk.
Yeah, they could have just died right here. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Here.
And animals just got into them.
Aaron Goodwin, the prime suspect in the murder and beheading of his mother, Connie, in their Deerfield, Missouri home, was found dead from an apparent suicide. To this day, the reasons behind Aaron Goodwin's tragic act remain a mystery. It seems he was caught in the grip of a psychotic episode, convinced he was justified in taking his mother's life. An idea that couldn't be further from the truth. This heartbreaking case highlights the profound impact of mental illness on Aaron and those around him. It's crucial to remember that individuals experiencing psychosis are often more likely to be victims of crime than perpetrators. Unfortunately, the lack of mental health care and resources leaves families like the Goodwins struggling to find the help their loved ones desperately need. What are your thoughts on this case? Share your insights in the comments below. And for more content like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.